NFL free agent, wide receiver, ex-superstar Odell Beckham is facing a ton of backlash for his violent story of how $100 million is hard to maintain.
If I didn't have $1 in my account right here today as we speak, I'm gonna be straight for the rest of my life. No question, right? I don't think everybody is in that. And when you've sacrificed your whole life to get here and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league. And I always explain this to people, I'm like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed, do the math, that's 12 a year, you know, that you have to spend, use, save, invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really 40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, you know? And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting 8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime.
Now, let me be clear. I think that Odell was trying to say this isn't his situation, but he was saying that it's a little bit more different than you think. Yes, I got $100 million contract, but it's not as manageable as you guys think it is on the outside looking in. But the thing is, nobody trying to hear that. Not in 2025 in this economy. The people on X would let Odell Beckham Jr. have it. This young lady, Simone Bees, would say, someone please help our people with financial literacy, LOL. $100 million in 5 to 6 years ain't no money cause of checks, notes, taxes. Not Cap in America would say it's incredibly easy to make $100 million even after taxes last a lifetime. Let's not pretend it isn't. After taxes plus agent plus business manager, you're still clearing 10 million a year. Live on 3 to 5 million, invest the rest in an index fund, retire with 25 to 30 million invested, generating 1.5 to 2 million a year forever. It's not complicated. Now, what I will say to that really quick is, yes, that sounds like an amazing plan, but I think what Odell was trying to say is that we aren't informed in that type of financial literacy. Obviously, somebody has taught Not Cap in America, Chris Evans, something well, or he has educated himself to that level. But unfortunately, not a lot of people have that privilege. So yes, that's a great teaching, but I disagree with him where he's saying like that's easy, it's that simple. And investing 25 to 30 million dollars at once is kind of scary from somebody who probably knows nothing about investing. Now, Rub Van Grant would say that nigga Odell said it's impossible to live off $100 million contract while niggas out here making ends meet off 40K and wonder why nobody feel what he talking about. I don't know if he said it's impossible. I just think he was saying it's not what you think. It's not as easy. Former second-round draft pick of the Washington Redskins, Sua Christopher Cravens, would chime in and he would say, look, I was drafted in the second round on a rookie deal of about $4 million before tax. And 6 years removed from the NFL, I can say I can live the lifestyle I desire while also saving money and putting my kids in the position to win later in life. These guys that touch over 10 million and blow through it sounds like pure user error on their end because ain't no damn way. If I touched 100 million, sorry ESPN, B10, and USC, y'all would never see my face again. I'm just saying, man, at some point, self-control and accountability gotta kick in. Now, we knew good old Shay Sharp would put his 2 cents in on the Nightcap podcast. This is definitely something that they talk about. We've seen countless videos of him and Ocho Cinco saying how they lost money at a young age and they learned from that mistake and now they are financially responsible.
If you get $60 million liquid, and that can't last you a lifetime, you got a problem. Do you really need 10 houses? Do you really need 15 cars?
No.
Do you need to buy everybody in your house, everybody in your family a mansion that costs $1 million, $2 million? Because here's the thing.
Yes.
First of all, if you buy somebody in your house, your family a house, a house that costs $1 million to $2 million, first of all, they can't afford the upkeep on it. Because if they could, they'd have it already. See, it ain't the payment, it's the upkeep.
Right.
But ish go wrong. Bro say he's spending $4 million a year. If you spending $4 million a year and it ain't a business related, you out your damn mind. Ain't no way in hell I'm spending $4 million a year. Okay, you buy mom a house. If I were to buy mom a house, I'm damn near gonna probably get her a house that I can go ahead and pay off. So I'm gonna spend $500,000 for mom because I gotta get her something that she can clean for herself. Because I can't pay for a cleaner, sir. Because see, that's another expense, Ocho. You get a big house, somebody cut the grass. I don't need. I need somebody to come with a pushing lawnmower and cut the grass.
That's another expense.
That's another expense on me, Ocho. Flying private.
Now you see why I fly Spirit the past 20 years.
Ocho, but I don't fly everywhere private. I don't go overseas private. You're talking about anywhere from between 10 and 20,000 an hour. You flying back cross, so that might be a $400,000 trip. Just like that.
Now y'all know over here at the LaFlare Lounge, we do a whole lot of pocket watching. And these are the type of people I think that Odell might be talking about. His fellow LSU alum, Jamar Chase, this year has signed a $161 million contract. And within a calendar year, I've seen him spend almost $1 million on cars. And that's just since March. It hasn't even been a full year yet. You see, when him and fellow Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins got their max contracts this offseason, they celebrated by buying matching $250,000 plus Lambos, and they recklessly drove them through the streets of Miami. I then saw him riding through the streets of Cincinnati with a $100,000 tricked out Cybertruck. And just recently, we saw him say, you know what? It's time for me to go for the jugular. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck the streets up with this one. Jamar Chase went and spent $500,000 plus on a new Maybach that he tricked out, customed out totally to the T. And it had everybody scratching their heads like, slow down, Jamar, what are you doing?
Incredible. So this thing is the first all electric.
214 450 214.
Then we have one LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is a child trapped in a grown man's body. He has a fleet of cars. He customizes and tricks them all out. He drives them recklessly. I think he even ran over an 11-year-old boy's foot. That's a lawsuit. There's multiple instances. It's so many cars we can't even keep count. Not to mention the plethora of tattoos. I can't imagine what he spends his money on.
So I'm walking in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking a little night walk, checking shit out. And I walk by here and I stumble across this little hidden garage. I say it's hidden because I'd never seen this shit before. You got a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, a Lamb truck, some type, I don't know what kind of truck that is right there. Another Lamborghini, something else, a Bentley in the corner, and a little baby Benz. What the fuck is this place? Is this like a hotel or what? Cause that wrap on that rose look cold.
Odell Beckham would respond to the criticism on X by saying, boy, you can't say nothing in this world nowadays. That's why I've been in my own lane, my own world, and put the way people love to take shit completely out of context to rationalize a statement in their own head that makes sense to them. What a world. Look, Odell, I realize that a lot of people may have misconstrued what you said, but even when we look at it at the context that I think you were trying to say it at, it still just doesn't really seem realistic. Like you complaining that after taxes and handling business that you only make $8 million a year. Listen, people are not trying to relate to that. They're not going to relate to that. Rather, I should say, people would die for that kind of money. And a lot of people would manage it correctly. See, let me give you some game real quick. The average player in the NFL lasts about 3.3 years. The average player in the NFL makes $3.2 million per year. Now, these ain't always guaranteed contracts. The average combined income household in America makes $83,700, and this is pre-tax. What you gotta understand, Odell, is that you're getting paid millions of dollars to play a children's game. People are spending their hard-earned money to go to the games that you played in to support you. They're buying your merch, and I'm sure you're appreciative of it. But what you're not understanding is that when you're trying to explain on a podcast how these millions of dollars can be hard to manage, nobody's gonna relate, nobody's gonna care, and people are gonna get in your ass. That's just what it is. Now, I'm not the financial expert, but there are basic things that I think that young people should know that are going into the NFL, that are making NIL money. Listen, football is only going to be a small frame of your life. What you have to understand is you're gonna make as much money as possible. Probably 90% of your income is gonna be the highest that you've ever made in your life. Once football is over, you are never gonna see checks like that most likely again. I'd recommend that you get with somebody, maybe a reputable advisor, somebody that can teach you financial literacy, and you get a plan in place. Instead of going and buying big purchases, you need to talk to somebody before you think about doing that. Set a budget, somebody that can help you when you're making these impulse decisions. Let's be honest, these cars, the reason you're buying more cars is because, you know what, this one was cool, but now I'm tired of it. Let me go look for another one. It's like a dopamine hit. After a month or two, the reason you're buying another car is because it just don't hit the same anymore. Then you gotta buy the jewelry, and that's where y'all mess up. Y'all need to be getting them lab diamonds like them rappers. See, y'all looking at the rappers trying to be them, but y'all is really out here getting the real thing. You saw Jalen Hurts chain the other day? I thought the sun came down a little lower towards the earth when I saw that. You got to live below your means. Everybody dreams of getting the biggest mansion in the world, but nobody considers that if I get this mansion, I got to do the upkeep. Just the grass alone may cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. The pool maintenance, all of the other things, when things break, y'all need to consider that. Then y'all feel the need to, I gotta go get my mama a house. Which some of y'all may come from that environment where you need to get your mom up out of there. But does your mom need a mansion too? Can your mama live with you? Can you have a mini house or something in the back for your mom, the pool house? Is there somewhere where she can live comfortably, but she doesn't have to live exactly like you, who is the breadwinner? Because when something breaks, that means you got to take care of that too. You buying your uncle a car, you got to take care of that maintenance too. Why are you buying him a Benz? You need to buy him a Hyundai. That's what we have to understand. Half of these players in the NFL, the NBA, MLB, they're not even from the hood. You don't need to buy your mama all of these things. Football, basketball, baseball, all becoming privileged sports. All we see is ex-NFL players' sons and NBA players' sons coming to the league now. They're coming in the league comfortable. You do not need to spend that type of money. You got to learn how to say no without a guilty conscience. It's a practice that you have to learn. I've seen so many NFL players, NBA players say that they just couldn't say no. Just recently, we saw Jameis Winston say at one point his family was spending $400K a month of his money. Who's going to replace that besides him? He was a starter. Now he is a backup player. He's never getting that money back. And last but not least, find other streams of income. I'm not the professional. I ain't saying that it's easy to do. A lot of players get endorsements. We've seen Marshawn Lynch saying he never even touched his NFL money. Everything was nothing but his sponsored money that he's got through deals. So listen, all I'm saying is, man, be careful with how you guys spend your money. Get with somebody who you could probably trust. Ask around. Yo, who can I talk to? Which guys? Listen, that's how you build relationships. You get your money. Be smart. Odell, I get what you were trying to say. I know it was coming from a good place. It just didn't really sound right. But I get it, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom. BACKLASH.
It's him.